Hey, League fans. Welcome to the very first episode of TNB Cast. I'm your host, Mariah Hills, and I'm thrilled to dive into some exciting topics about the league with you today. Joining me are my amazing co-hosts, Bam Wham and Ted. To kick things off, we're breaking down the top 5 teams in the league so far. Bam Wham, want to get us started?
Nah, Ted, that's all you, bro.
Alright, let's get into it. At number 1, I've got the Los Angeles Rivers. This pick is pretty self-explanatory. They're sitting at 8-1 with a massive 41-point differential, which means on average, they're blowing teams out by 40 points. Plus, they've got Kuen and the best point guard in the league, enough said. At number 2, it's Phoenix. Of course, the former champions deserve a spot on this list. They're also 8-1 with a 37-point differential. This team's dominance hasn't gone anywhere. Third, I've got Louisville. This team doesn't get nearly enough credit. They're 6-1, and T-Mac is absolutely going off, averaging 43 points per game, second in the entire league. Add Dawkins to the mix, who's putting up 21 and 10 on an efficient 63%, and this team becomes unstoppable. Honestly, no team in the West can touch Louisville right now. Don't even bring up Atlanta. They barely scraped by New Orleans. So how are they supposed to handle Louisville? At number 4, it's Dallas. They've proven they can go toe-to-toe with the Eastern Conference heavyweights and currently sit as the best team in the West. No other Western team is on their level right now. And finally, at number 5, we've got Atlanta. By default, they make the list. Even with a negative 1.2-point differential, you can't deny this team's raw talent. They've got the pieces. They just need to put it all together.
All right, your list is fine, but let me set the record straight. LA and Phoenix are obviously first, no argument there. But at third, I've got Sacramento. They're 5-1 without even having a real point guard, which is insane. This team is a complete offensive powerhouse, with a 24-point differential to back it up. They've got one of the best coaches in the league, proving they know how to win no matter what. Oh, and let's not forget, Sacramento is third in points per game across the league and 27th in points allowed. That speaks volumes about their perimeter defense. Now, at fourth, I've got Louisville. And at fifth, Toronto. Yes, Toronto. They're undefeated, ranked 28th in points allowed, and have a 21-point differential, fourth best in the league. Not to mention their fourth in field goal percentage. Put some respect on their name. So, yeah, that's my list. And it's better.
Alright, moving on to our next topic, who are the top 5 point guards in the league right now?
First, I've got Giannis, averaging 30 points and 14 assists on 71%. Obvious choice, no debate. Second is Henry, with 23 points and 20 assists, and undefeated. Honestly, you could flip Giannis and Henry, and it'd still make sense. Third, Emily. I'll give her props, 24 points and 15 assists is solid. Then there's Christmas. She's putting up 32 and 9 while being the best 3-point shooter out there. Fifth spot? That's between Both and Cindy, but let's be real, Both deserves it. Dude's insanely efficient, averaging 34 on 71%. No arguments.
Your list is solid, but Henry is clearly better than Giannis. You're completely overlooking Henry's defense. He's averaging 3 steals and 2 blocks per game. That's a game changer. You're only putting Giannis ahead because of his scoring, but basketball isn't just about putting up points. Henry's a better leader who knows how to get all his teammates involved, making everyone around him better. That's something Giannis just doesn't do as effectively.
How is Giannis not a good leader? He is literally second seed and lead his team to the playoffs throughout season 14 through 16. Are you retarded?
I meant as effectively as Henry. But you're so retarded you don't understand slang.
I predict that the debate over the league's first team point guard selection will be highly contentious. Reflecting on the 5-on-5 era, it appears that championship-winning teams often rely on guards as their primary offensive options. As the league continues to evolve, there is an increasing emphasis on perimeter scoring rather than interior play. Consequently, guards have become more critical to team success compared to centers. This is not to diminish the importance of centers. Having a 7-footer who excels at rebounding, finishing around the rim, and protecting the paint remains valuable. However, the modern game seems to prioritize versatility and scoring from the perimeter. What are your thoughts on this shift in the game's dynamics?
Absolutely, yes. But if I'm trying to win titles, my big man better be able to shoot. It's an underrated skill that completely changes the game by creating space for the guards. Don't believe me? Look at Kidd. He won 2 titles in 3 years, and a huge part of that was his spacing. Stretch bigs win championships, period. Especially in the playoffs, when every possession matters, floor spacing becomes a game changer for perimeter players. Take Giannis and Kidd, for example. Giannis dominates the paint because Kidd can stretch the floor and keep defenses honest. It's not up for debate. Shooting bigs are the key to modern success.
I agree that shooting is one of the most crucial skills in today's league. It's the most efficient way to score, and teams with strong shooters often dominate. Take Mobley, for example. Without him, Phoenix likely wouldn't remain undefeated. His ability to excel in catch-and-shoot situations has been a game-changer for them in many games. However, I believe the key to winning championships is a blend of shooting and defense. History supports this. Think of Season 16 Phoenix, Mega 3 Season 1, and Season 13. These teams combine elite shooting with strong defensive schemes to achieve their success.
Okay, interesting. For our last topic we will talk about Atlanta. Bam Wham, you recently said that Atlanta is an overrated team. Can you explain how?
Gladly. First off, their perimeter defense is an absolute joke, straight up embarrassing. Whirlwind might be the worst defender in the league, moving like a benchwarmer who barely made it off an overseas roster. And Princess? Let's not even start, she's useless on defense. Too short to contest a shot and too lazy to even try. Posey? Fine, she's decent. But let's not act like one player makes up for an entire team's lack of effort. Sure, they're okay at guarding passing lanes, but their man-to-man defense is a disaster, and their paint protection is barely average. Second, they're cocky beyond belief for a team that hasn't done anything. What exactly are they so proud of? Losing to Minnesota, a team that was 1-6? That's laughable. Teams like Atlanta are so caught up in their own hype they forget they're supposed to prove themselves. Compare them to real contenders like Phoenix or LA, those teams don't mess around. They dominate their opponents with a killer mentality, while Atlanta plays around like it's a casual scrimmage. Lastly, their chemistry is atrocious. They don't play as a team, they just take turns padding their stats. Princess gets hers, then Whirlwind, then Griffin, and it's rinse and repeat. No offensive sets, no strategy, just pick up basketball disguised as team play. It's embarrassing to watch and even worse to analyze. This team is a train wreck, and anyone who thinks otherwise is kidding themselves. The coach is ass. Absolute shit. This nigga clearly doesn't care about winning. How do you have a stack roster and losing to a 1-6 team? Fire this nigga. Ban this nigga. He clearly doesn't care that his players are not trying. So retarded, bro. Atlanta is so ass. Ass, fucking ass, Princess ass, Whirlwind ass, Griffin ass. Anyways, I'm done.
Okay, thanks for watching. Before we end, Milwaukee guy, fuck you, bitch ass nigga. Get yo Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks looking ass. Get yo Walgreens shirt dressing ass. Happy wife happy life saying ass.